Hello. Beep, 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 beep. Morning, all. How you diddly doing? Welcome back to the court of the Edijester. Definitely autumnal. I'm not closing the damn windows till the 1st of November. If it kills me, sorry with my socks on and wrapped in a blanket. Now, this is an odd one. I don't know what to make of this, and I'm going to be intrigued to see what you do in the old comments as usual. And it's about Ofsted, right? This is just weird. I can't quite understand where they're coming from, and I wonder whether you will. This is from the Schools Week, and it was published on the 19th of September from Lydia Chandler Hicks. Before we start, become a warrior teacher, buy me a coffee, the usual stuff. Subscribe, etc., etc. We're starting in October. Looking forward to it. It says here that the row over new Ofsted high-quality research checks. Right, that's a weird headline before we even start, isn't it? New inspections will judge teacher trainers as needing urgent improvement if use of discredited research isn't tackled. Right? So, really, what's this about? So this is Ofcom, and they're not talking here about teaching in schools. What they're talking about is the teaching of teachers, which is something quite close to my heart. So I'm quite bemused as to what exactly they mean by discredited research, because I can give them a list as long as your arm. Now, it's worrying because it could go one of two ways. Do they mean discredited research in the woke captured way, in which case it'll be research that isn't really research at all, but just research they approve of? Or are they talking about literally discredited research like everything under woke? See? We don't know, do we? It's all a bit mysterious and a bit worrying because teacher training is so important because we've trained a load of teachers on woke nonsense and that's caused problems. So I want to know whether they're going against woke or whether they're going with woke. There might be a clue in the article. Ofsted has been accused of mission creep. After it emerged, new inspections will mark down teacher training providers that allow the use of discredited research, with the watchdog refusing to say what studies would fall into this category. That's the odd bit. Initial teacher education, or ITE providers, will be judged across 5 evaluation areas using a 5-grade system once Ofsted inspections resume in January under its new framework. So this is for 2026. Ofsted's toolkit says, and there's a link to it there, they will be graded urgent improvement, the lowest grade under the curriculum teaching and training evaluation area, if a lack of critical engagement with high quality relevant research means trainees' use of discredited research is not tackled effectively. What do you bloody reckon of that? What? I mean, this could be good news. I can't decide. You're going to have to decide for me. I can't. This could be good news. But providers wonder how Ofsted will decide what is discredited or high quality. It's not Ofsted's role or within its area of expertise to decide what research findings are legitimate or discredited, said James Noble Rogers, the executive director of the University's Council for the Education of Teachers. I wonder if he's captured. Ofsted should only be looking at whether providers are meeting the requirements and not making subjective judgments about the quality or robustness of particular pieces of research. I even find that comment odd. Ofsted shouldn't need to, but there's obviously, we know there's something wrong because of the fact that we've got so much wokeism in schools. David Spendlove, a professor of education at the University of Manchester, said the new Ofsted framework further strips providers of agency. Inspectors passing judgment on research was mission creep into territory where they don't have sufficient expertise. This very much points to the previous government's culture wars, which hopefully we have moved on from. I don't quite know what to make of it. I think it's leaning towards saying we're going to get the woke gone, but I mean, I can't see Labour putting up with that. They'll stop it, surely. It's very odd. Under the last government, the Department for Education implemented the controversial 2021 ITT market review, requiring ITE initial teacher training providers to reapply for accreditation. It was criticised as being driven by a desire for increased control of course content. The government advisor who led on the changes, Rory Gribble, is now Ofsted's director of strategy. So, right. So that was in 2021. So that was the Tories. This is Rory Gribble. Mr. Gribble, how you doing? Spendlove also pointed out Ofsted's own use of research has been challenged on numerous occasions. He cited Ofsted's 2021 mathematics review, which faced calls for withdrawal after academics said it widely misused research it referenced. Dr. Christian Bukove, professor in mathematics education at the University of Southampton, also doubts whether Ofsted would safeguard well enough what is discredited or high quality. Maybe they have a whole department of experienced researchers, but if not, I think there is a risk that certain research is prioritised. Meanwhile, Dr. Jasper Green, head of IT at the UCL Institute of Education, argued critical engagement with diverse research. There you go. Critical engagement with diverse research was key to allowing beginning teachers to cultivate professional judgment. I don't want beginning teachers using their professional judgment because they probably don't have much if they're beginning teachers. There needs to be a backbone to education, and it needs to be the right one. I hope that rather than compiling a list of red flags, this framework is about evaluating how well a programme educates teachers, about the qualities of research that may make one piece of scholarships better for a particular purpose than another. No, we're not having that. That's nonsense. It should be a list of red flags. It's not complicated. Annie Goldsworth, director of ITT at King Edward's Consortium, urged Ofsted to provide objective definition and clarity on what it deemed discredited. I can do that for you. You would struggle to find a single teacher educator who would not implored an informed, rational approach to the use of evidence-based practice, she said. Well, Annie Goldsworth's a bit naive, isn't she? You would struggle to find a single teacher. What? You've got loads of them using nonsense. But Ofsted would not provide Schools Week any examples of discredited research. At Ofsted, we do not define what discredited research is or could include, said a spokesperson. The ITTECF is one of the pieces of statutory guidance that underpins the toolkit. This outlines how trainees should learn that research evidence can vary in its level of reliability, which is determined by how the research was conducted and other factors that might introduce bias, such as the level of independence. Therefore, inspectors will talk to leaders and teacher educators about their research base that underpins their IT curriculum and the ways in which trainees learn to critique this. Ofsted said it expects inspectors to consider the extent to which an IT curriculum is informed by high-quality relevant research. This may include a range of academic and subject-specific research which provides trainees with the knowledge and understanding of effective teaching, including current educational thinking. This is really interesting to me, but they're fanning about all the time anyway. You don't need to go current educational thinking because we haven't changed since the days of Socrates, and nor has education. But then until we get people out that realise that, nothing's going to change. But what do you think? Do you think that this is a sign they're going towards woke, away from woke? What's it going to mean? Because obviously children are being taught nonsense like trans in school. And look up at the Q hands, knees and bumps of daisy people are pushing stuff, and they've got all sorts of anti-racism rubbish going on. So I'm going to wait till you tell me. Because honest to God, I don't know what to make of it. Do you? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.